from the Fox 5 studios. This is the RebZone Sports Show.
Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed the holidays and were able to catch the fireworks show on the Strip on Friday night. I still have yet to go out there and really experience that whole Strip craziness. I did watch the show from my house where it was nice and warm inside, but no big New Year's plans for me because the Runnin' Rebels had a big game on Saturday, opening up conference play to SDSU, and man, was it a fight for the Rebels, battling against a physical Aztecs defense. UNLV drops their first conference game of the season as the Aztecs snapped UNLV's 4-game winning streak. We'll break down the loss with Coach Kruger tonight and hear more from the players. And I'm already feeling a little deja vu, guys. COVID-19 is impacting college basketball schedules across the country. The Runnin' Rebels game at San Jose State on Wednesday has been postponed due to COVID-19 concerns within the Spartans program. So it's on to Air Force. The Runnin' Rebels will get ready to take on the Falcons this Saturday in Colorado Springs. And I think my absolute favorite part about this season, this show, is introducing all the new players to you guys. Tonight we're sitting down with star boy Mike Nuga. Can't wait for you guys to hear his incredible story of being born in Lagos, Nigeria, moving to Toronto, playing ball at Kent State, where he suffered a season-ending ACL tear last year. Vegas is his second chance to continue his basketball dreams as we dive into his family and his Nigerian culture tonight and how that has shaped him into the man he is today.
I think what it just taught me is being raised by like my dad and my mom, just toughness. Like my pops is like the type of person where like he doesn't take like nonsense from nobody. And I think that kind of like grew into me, and just hard working. Like my parents worked hard obviously to make it from Africa to Canada with children and stuff. So just seeing them work hard to make life easier for us, you know. Me and my brothers, we work hard to try and make life easier for them.
Welcome into the RebZone. Happy New Year, Coach. We were just saying every week it's been an awesome feature with Donovan, Royce, Mike, Keyshawn. You have a great group of guys, and honestly, sitting down with them is so much fun this season.
Yeah, you said it. A great group of guys. They're easy to talk to, easy to be around, spend time with. So we're really proud of them as a group and how they treat people.
All right, yesterday starting the New Year's off with a strong defensive battle against the Aztecs. Just going over the film, what can you assess? What can your guys take away from that defensive battle?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of great to take away from it defensively. I mean, probably our best defensive game of the year, especially against a team like San Diego State, but a lot to learn from offensively. A lot of opportunities we could have maybe gotten a little bit better shot. A little bit better opportunity, and then of course the rebounding edge ended up being the difference in the game, but we did a really good job on first shot defense, and I'm really proud of the way the guys battled though for 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was a physical game. Royce Ham Jr. fell down, Donovan fell down. I mean, the guys were smacking their bodies on the court. I'm sure they're really sore today, but let's check out last night's highlights against the Aztecs. The Runnin' Rebels come out strong in their conference opener. UNLV scores on their first 2 possessions. Bryce Hamilton cruising past the Aztecs for 2. He's so smooth with it. Later, Josh Baker starts shaking and baking. UNLV leads 7-5. Rebels kept it rolling. Hamilton spins it and dishes it to Donovan Williams in the corner. Big bucket. Runnin' Rebels on top 10-6. Later, Mike Nuga, the star boy, starts heating up. Excited to sit down with Nuga tonight. The 5th-year transfer from Kent State plays so hard, man. UNLV extends their lead 16-10. Aztecs, Matt Bradley, a trouble all night. He'd make it a 1-point game, knocking it down from deep. The Cal transfer led the game with 17 points and 7 rebounds. SDSU trails 20-19. Aztecs start to fight back. Aguak Arop pokes the ball out of Jordan McCabe's hand and takes it the other way. SDSU takes their first lead of the game, 27-25. Aztecs force another turnover. Chad Baker-Mazara steals the ball away, and that's back-to-back dunks from SDSU. The Runnin' Rebels don't like that. Final seconds of the first. B. Ham in transition stops and knocks down a 3 on the buzzer. UNLV trails 35-32 at halftime. B. Ham brings that second half heat, and the crowd goes wild. Game is tied up at 35. It was a good one yesterday at the Thomas and Mack. Aztecs' Bacon Mazzara finds a second half spark as SDSU leads 44-40. The Rebels go scoreless for over 5 minutes down the stretch as the Aztecs start to pull away 57-49. Hamilton and Donovan, man, they just kept fighting towards the end, but the Aztecs would snap UNLV's 4-game win streak, landing on top 62-55.
They're a top 10 defensive team in the country, so they played their defense. They did very well. We were very stagnant on offense. I put a lot of that on myself. We just had to do better, moving the ball and, just getting them in rotation.
I think all those 3 through 5, they crash, and they crash hard. Those guys, this is a good defensive team in San Diego State, and those guys crash relentlessly. So I think if you don't put your body on a guy and you don't just try to look and try to go get the ball, they'll come in there and crash and fly over you.
Well, Coach, we mentioned last night you guys have faced non-conference defense. This is the first time you guys are facing an elite top 10 defense like the Aztecs. What do they learn from this game?
Well, I think they learned they're getting better. They're progressing. We had the non-conference schedule the way we did for a reason. That's to play teams like, be ready for teams like San Diego State. And I thought, again, it was a rock fight. We guarded them really well. As Bryce said, we just had a couple moments where we could have gotten better shots and moved it a little more. But, San Diego State did what they do. And they've done it for about 20 years. They guard like crazy. So, a couple shots go down. I think if we keep the ball moving a little bit and keep the pressure on them defensively, hopefully they crack at some point, but they held strong, and I think that was the difference in the end.
How do you guys crack a lull, a 5-minute lull? How do you stop that from happening moving forward?
I think you just got to stick to what you're doing, what's working. And of course, in the San Diego State game, not a lot was, but I think, again, we're not a high turnover group, so the focus still an emphasis there, getting shots up on the rim every possession, and with a group of guys, eventually one will go in.
All right, well, lots of fighters last night like Bryce and Donovan, but it's now time to sit down with the star boy, Mike. Can't wait to dive into his story. The 5th-year guard from Nigeria has lived all over the world, and his path has led him right here to Vegas and the Runnin' Rebels. An incredible story is coming right up.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
Welcome back, Paloma Villicana, Kevin Kruger. It's my favorite part of the show. 10 new players, 9 transfers. We have a lot of new guys to feature on the RebZone. Tonight, we're sitting down with senior guard Mike Nuga, originally from Lagos, Nigeria. Nuga moved to Toronto, Canada with his family and transferred to UNLV from Kent State. Nuga is tough, physical, and plays with grit on the basketball court. UNLV is his second chance. It's his comeback story after tearing the ACL in his left knee last season. Here's more on Mike Nuga. How did your parents and your culture kind of shape who you are today?
I think what it just taught me is being raised by like my dad and my mom, just toughness. Like my pops is like the type of person where like he doesn't take like nonsense from nobody. And I think that kind of like grew into me and just hard working. Like my parents worked hard obviously to make it from Africa to Canada with children and stuff. So just seeing them work hard to make life easier for us, me and my brothers, we work hard to try and make life easier for them.
Having immigrant parents, what was that like telling them that you were going to play basketball, pursue sports, and continue that passion?
It's different because, like having immigrant parents, like a lot of people can relate to them saying school is the most important, so they want you to go to school, get a profession, do things like that. So kind of convincing my parents to be like, I'm a basketball player, I want to play basketball, It was kind of weird for them because they're like, oh, he's going to another country to play basketball, like, are you going to take your school serious? But, it worked out, so now my brothers are on the same path and they understand it, so it's good now.
Are you an example for maybe people back home or friends and family back home that you can go and chase your dream?
Oh yeah, 100%. My favorite thing to do when I'm back home is be with like kids in my neighborhood, and I have a coach back home who I'll talk to kids or I'll do camps and stuff like that. So, I didn't have nobody to really, I had like a couple people, but I never had all these resources to help like the kids do these days. So, if I could help the next person get to where I'm at from my city especially, that's amazing.
What you've been through, the challenges you've overcome, kind of tell me how that has shaped you and who you are today.
I think it just made me more aware of like how the world works and just kind of like just open my eyes to who I am as a person and just how to overcome adversity. Tearing my ACL was probably like the hardest thing I had to go through. So just learning from that, learning about myself, developing new habits and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm grateful for all the ups and downs. So.
What did you learn when you tore your ACL and had to go through that mentally?
Mentally, it was a challenge, especially in the beginning, just going through like the pain and, you know, having my season cut short. But I think what I learned for me as a person is that, like, you know, nothing's impossible. Like, I remember when it happened, I was like, oh, my life is over, I'm done playing basketball. But I mean, I'm here playing basketball, I feel great. So it kind of just taught me that, like, perseverance is like really strong, and the more like you can persevere in life, like it'll take you a long way, and just your faith and what you believe in, regardless of what religion you belong to, it'll take you a long way.
Mike, you have such a positive attitude. You light up the floor, you light up the locker room. You know, when you wake up every day and you come out here and put in your 18 hours of work, you know, why are you doing this? You know, who are you doing this for?
I think why I'm just so positive, even though like things, you know, even when you're not having the best season, how I stay positive is just growing up, me and all my friends had the same dream. And right now I'm the only one playing basketball, and we all worked hard, we all had the same dream. So it's kind of like I'm playing for them. I'm playing for my parents 100%, my faith, my brothers, you know, so it's just like, I'm lucky to be at UNLV. Like a lot of people in my neighborhood, you know, some people don't even get to see like this, the age where I'm at. So, you know, just being blessed to just be in this country is just that's kind of what keeps me going every day.
Royce was telling me that you guys are all roommates.
Oh, yeah.
What is it like living with Donovan and Royce and Josh?
Honestly, we talk about it all the time, and like I wish I had 4 years with all those guys, cause like it's so crazy. Cause I've had roommates, and it's like we live together, but like I'm in my room, you're in your room. When I tell you we are like, it's like an actual family. Like there's been times where I've taken a nap. I'm sleeping on this side of the bed. Royce is sleeping on this side of the bed. Donovan's under the bed, sleeping under the bed, Bake's in the chair. Like we're so close. It's just like, it's gonna be weird like leaving, cause like I've got so close with these guys in like just such a small amount of time. But like, it's like we eat dinner together, like we do everything together. Like it's actually strange how close we got in like such a little time. But like I love living with those guys. Like I'm gonna remember those guys forever.
Roy said he wishes there was just like a camera in your living room just to document your reality TV show.
If we had a show, we would get, it's either we would, if we had a TV show, we'd either get banned or like people would love it completely. So like it's a lot of, we have fun in the house, so it's cool.
How have you already seen yourself grow under Coach Kruger?
I think most of my growing has been mental. Just learning a new position, learning a different program, coming back from an injury, and just putting trust in the coaches, and you know, just knowing that the coaches have trust in me. So I think most of my growth has been mental, and just getting to learn myself and my body and just the teammates, my coaches. So I think Coach Kruger's helped me just mentally get better as a man.
I mean, we'll just wrap it up with, you know, this is it. This is your last year. This is it. You know, waking up every day, giving it your all. Tell me how special and important this year is for you.
It's emotional, and it's definitely special. Just going through college, I graduated college. I never thought I would do that, and then just being at UNLV for my last year of college, it's just like, just put everything into it. Might as well. Like, what do I have to lose? I don't get another year back, so I might as well just go all in and just try and see if I can get the most out of it for myself and for my teammates.
Mike is awesome. These guys are awesome. I mean, sitting down with them is such a pleasure. But the first thing I noticed about Mike was his toughness, his grit, his passion for the game. Is that how you would describe him?
100%. I think, you know, Mike, as he kind of just touched on a little bit, the things he's gone through, you know, with his family, getting over here and fighting through, and then coming off an ACL tear, to just continue to work at it and kind of keep his eye on that end goal, and getting a degree along the way is just, it shows how tough he is.
He says he's grown mentally under you. How have you seen his mentality get stronger?
Well, I think that's just one thing we've always challenged him, not specific just to him, but you know, he's somebody that likes to think the game, likes to think things through, have conversations. He loves to understand and ask questions, and I think that's one of the reasons we know we can count on Mike, and it's great to hear that he counts on us. Have
you seen his confidence just get better each week, even coming off an ACL injury?
I think absolutely. I think you know, Mike is a guy that he likes to, like I said, he likes to understand. He likes to know what's going on. So as the year has gone, I think he's gotten a lot better. He's understanding things more, and with the exception of a little knee-to-knee that he took there about a month ago, that kind of had him a little bit timid. When he's out there playing confident and having fun, you can really tell how good he is.
I mean, that's having fun, and that's playing confident. He's so much fun to watch, and he's just a beast out there, just balling. Can't wait to see more of him this season. Well, the Runnin' Rebels conference schedule has already been impacted by COVID. Wednesday's road game at San Jose State postponed due to COVID-19 concerns within the Spartans program, so the focus is now traveling to Air Force on Saturday. The Runnin' Rebels swept Air Force last season. They'll be looking for their first conference win on Saturday.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
COVID-19 already impacting the Runnin' Rebels conference schedule. UNLV's game on Wednesday is postponed due to COVID-19 concerns within the Spartans program. The Spartans last played Santa Clara on December 21st. Their first 3 conference games have been postponed. According to the Mountain West, games that cannot be rescheduled will be declared no contests. So the Runnin' Rebels are back to playing, one game a week. UNLV will travel to Air Force this Saturday for a 7 o'clock tip-off. Air Force's New Year's game was postponed against Fresno State due to COVID-19 concerns within the Bulldogs program. The Falcons opened up conference play with a 49-47 win over Utah State on Wednesday. Air Force is currently 5-0 at home, 8-4 overall, and 1-0 in Mountain West play. The Runnin' Rebels will be looking for their first conference win this season, as Bryce Hamilton wants to see his guys get back into that winning streak.
Just go back to what we have done before. The past couple games, just moving the ball, making that extra pass, and just getting in the paint to look for others. I feel like that's something that we'll do better going on as we watch the film and stuff, so we'll be fine.
Coach, I was kind of just talking about how you guys had a funky schedule with Air Force last season, playing them back-to-back, but I remember those 2 games were close. I mean, it was a back-and-forth game with Air Force. How are you preparing your guys for them this season?
Yeah, well, off today, of course, and tomorrow, we were kind of expecting to go to San Jose, but so that's kind of been on the schedule. But Air Force is a unique game. They play a very deliberate and patient style, and then when you go on the road, play up there, it's a different environment up there as well. So it's a game that guys are going to have to be locked in every second of every play. We gotta be thinking the entire time and just really be locked into the game plan, because Air Force does what they do really well. And so it's going to be a game of whether or not we go do what we do well, or we let Air Force do what they do well.
I want to talk about that flexibility of possibly playing another game this week. Just everything that COVID is bringing, of you guys being just ready 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, we've shown that we want to play games. The guys want to play games. With the CBS Champions Classic, we were willing to fill in there. We tried to make some games happen this week if it was possible, but with some logistics, it didn't all work out. So we decided to just wait and play the game at Air Force. But we talking with other people, talking with other coaches, I think the guys are used to it. College athletes are used to it now after last year and being a little younger. And I think the people who aren't playing, the older ones in our circles, it's a little more disruptive because we're used to the routines and the everyday life. But these guys are used to walking in and finding out a game's not happening, or a game's been moved a day, or this, that, or the other. So they're used to it, but I think they're ready to play at the end of the day.
Is that nice to keep your guys on their toes and say, hey, anyone, UCLA, anyone can come and face them?
We really could. We might get a call tomorrow or something works out, and then we play a game on Tuesday or Wednesday. But they're used to it. They don't mind it. And as long as they're healthy and it's safe, we'd like to do it.
All right, Coach. Well, hoping a safe and healthy season, no more postponed games. But, of course, we have to be really flexible. But coming up next, we are sharing our New Year's resolutions. Coach, I'm pretty serious about mine, and it's not going to the gym every day, even though it really should be. Hear what our resolutions are coming up next.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
All right, so it's kind of cold this New Year's Eve out on the Strip, enjoying the fireworks. Coach and I, at home, warm, because I'm not going out there. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone out on the Strip and experienced that?
No, not on New Year's at least.
Because you're busy working, right?
We're usually in the middle of season, yep.
Oh my goodness, same here. I've never experienced the New Year's Eve on the Strip, but I definitely want to at some point. But this year, of course, we had a game the next day, you know, full focus, and it was chilly. But one day I am going to experience that and have fun, as long as there's not a game the very next day, you know. All right, Coach, it's time for us to say our New Year's resolution, and I will start because I am going to take it very seriously that I would like to be, you know, stronger communication with my friends and my family. We get so busy during the seasons, and you know, we get so busy with work. It's still important to call your mom and text your mom back and text your friends and be more present in my family's life. So what about you?
I would say just win more games.
Yeah.
Just win more games. That's it. That's it.
That's pretty simple.
Pretty
clear.
simple. Simple, not easy.
I had a thought that you would have something
Yeah.
like just straight to the point.
Yeah.
But maybe a game of horse in there too. We were talking about the media playing some horse
that's
at
right.
practice.
Yeah, no, we'd love it. The media is going to play, and all the coaches are going to write the articles. So that'll be a great day.
When that article comes out, you'll hear Paloma's not great, but no, it's been fun. It's been a good week. I hope your guys enjoyed their time at home. I know Mike was going all the way to Toronto. You had guys go home to Texas. So do the guys feel happy and energized to be back in practice and be back at Mendenhall?
Yeah, I think so. You know, that Christmas game, as we talked about last time, was it can make you a little nervous. You know, guys, some teams have one foot out the door ready to have that break, but the guys didn't. And then when they got back after Christmas, they were ready to go. They worked hard. They did a great job doing what they could in the San Diego State game, and a lot of the scouting report checklist was done.
Yeah,
and it was done well.
I'm sure they have a little chip on their shoulder from last night. Time to get back to work and get to practice. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Thanks for watching Fox 5 News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.